All right, everybody, welcome to tonight's call here in the Circle of Strength. I'm excited about the launch of this week because this is Vision of Vitality Week. You know, I often will say that this challenge is not just about how much weight you can lose or inches. It is about diving deeper into a higher revelation of what you are called to do. And with this journey, it's important that you get before you, I call it your vision of vitality. A vision of vitality is all the things that you desire in your heart to do. And I want you to really think about this, guys, because we have so much talent in our hands. And what I've seen from the challenges in the past is that people come forward with what they've been holding back for so long, things that are in their heart to do, and so forth and such. So I want to introduce our speaker for tonight, and her name is Joni, and she is the creator of Boobalicious. Boobalicious. And you guys, you will be able to ask questions. I know I have other entrepreneurs here on the call. But Joni, I want to give you the floor. And I also want to talk about, even before we get started, Joni, what's in some of the products that women are putting on their body. But we'll get into that because, guys, it's also important that we keep our bodies as healthy as well, which we're on the call for. We're going to talk about the different things like deodorants and things like that, but we'll do that just a bit later. But I want to give the floor to Joni with Boobalicious. So, Joni, please give us the history and tell us a little bit about Boobalicious, if you will.
Well, hello, everyone. It's such an honor to be here tonight because I love telling my story because I always say, if I can do it, anybody can do it. No experience whatsoever to be an entrepreneur. Never even knew I could be one. And I'll just tell you my story, how Boobalicious came about. I was laid off from a high-paying job, and I went from a high-paying job to working in a boutique. Just to pay bills, like we all do. We live paycheck to paycheck. And one summer night, I was in this boutique, and I had that awful boob sweat, and the struggle is real. So I said to my coworker that night, I said, oh my gosh, I am going to create a all-natural breast deodorant and call it Boobalicious. I had a vision, did not even know that I could pursue it. So for 6 months, I talked about Boobalicious to everyone. When I worked in the boutique, I would actually do a survey with all the women that would come in and ask them if they would wear an all-natural breast deodorant. 99% said yes. So one night, my husband literally grabbed my shoulders and said, Joni, stop talking about it and just do it. And I think the light bulb went off. I went upstairs to my computer. I started Googling everything. And let me tell you something. Google was my best friend. I Googled how to make deodorant, where to get my supplies. And I was telling my stepmom, I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I'm Googling for these ingredients, these supplies. 2 days later, I get a check in the mail with a card and said, Joni, if you don't do it, you'll never know. So with that $75, I bought containers. I bought all the natural ingredients. I started making Boobalicious. 2 tries, that's all it took me. 2 tries, and I had the formula down. I made the Boobalicious. I had to do the label. And, it sounds all easy, but let me tell you something. This was a tough journey. This was very hard. And there were so many times I wanted to quit, but there's something inside me. I knew my why was to help me pay bills, to sell this product. I put it in, I finally got it together. I couldn't do the labels. It took me 2 weeks just to do labels. And like I said, I Googled everything. I reached out to other people to help me. No one helped me. So I always promise when I'm successful, if anyone reaches out to me for help, I'm going to help them. And this week, I actually helped 2 people that reached out to me, and I mentored them and told them how to get started. And not that I don't know everything, but I know what I learned from Google. So if I can pass that on to someone else, I want everyone to be successful, not just me. So I made Boobalicious. I sold it in the stores. I went on Etsy, and to my surprise, Boobalicious started selling right away. It was helping me pay bills. Now, through the journey, I have three children. One has mental illness and addiction. One's an alcoholic, and I have a son who's 14 who's an athlete and honor roll student. Through this journey, my daughter with the mental illness and addiction, you know, it was a tough road. And when you have a mental illness and a dual diagnosis, it's a journey. And I stopped doing Boobalicious. I was just selling it on Etsy. I wasn't focused on it. I was winging it to help my children to get in recovery. 3.5 years later, 4 years later, my son, who I found out was an alcoholic. So I'm trying to think about everything because it's a lot. When you're trying to be a mom and take care of your children and trying to be successful and and to have that purpose in life, it's hard to figure out. So my children are in recovery now. And now I'm focused on Boobalicious. I've been focused for 1 year. And in 1 year of being focused on Boobalicious, I have an investor, a partner. I was pitched by Kevin Harrison from the Shark Tank. And just today, I took...
Let me just pause real quick. If everybody can please mute your phones, please. Guys, if you could please mute your phone, we can hear some feedback. Thank you so much. Go ahead, Joni. My apologies.
No, that's okay. So as I was saying, now that I was focused on Boobalicious, my kids are in recovery, and everything I made through Boobalicious paid for their recovery. So now it just was like another light bulb. I have a purpose in life. I need to help other families.
You also said that you have been recognized in a lot of different magazines.
Oh, yes. When I went on Etsy, when I went on Etsy, I was recognized on Allure Beauty Online, Refinery 29, Cosmo in the Philippines, Cosmo in New York City, ABC News, just little blogs were coming up about Boobalicious. I went international, so now I ship to the UK, Australia, Italy. So all these great things were happening, but I couldn't pursue it because I was taking care of my children. So now that I'm focused, a lot of great things are happening. Today, I actually did cold calling for the first time ever to get my product out to brides for boob sweat for summer brides so they can feel confident and comfortable. I'm committed to calling 10 bridal or boutiques a day. I called 10 today. One got back to me. They said they won't sell it, but what they'll do, I have to send them samples and cards, and they're going to promote it. And this bridal shop is in New York City, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania. And that happened today by just doing it.
I love it. I love that, Joni. And what I'll say about that, I was just on a call with a girlfriend yesterday, and we talked about cold calling and how you actually have to go and knock on the doors. And on TV, a lot of people have to pay for advertising, for their business. And I remember sending press releases out, and they would have me on different television stations, and I never had to pay, but you have to do the work. And so kudos to you, Joni. Kudos to you. So I want to ask you some questions. I want to kind of backtrack just a little bit about the Boobalicious product. And I know that you went all natural, and a lot of the deodorants, yes, one second, okay? Thank you, guys. Have a little one here. So a lot of the deodorants, they have in them aluminum, and they have a lot of different sulfates and things that actually are known carcinogens to the body. So can you talk a little bit about why you went the natural route, please, and what you found that deodorants carry and how that's harmful for women?
Well, when I first said I was going to do a deodorant, and when I said I wanted to market the breast area for the breast, for the sweat, for the odor, that's a sensitive area on your body. and I didn't want any kind of toxic on my body. So I started doing the research of the ingredients, and I looked up every ingredient, and I looked what would be safe for my body and what would I want my customers using. And just with, they say the cancer risk with the deodorants and just the toxic that you're putting in your body. So I literally just looked up all the natural ingredients that I would want on my body, so I would want my customers to have the same thing, and especially since you're putting it on a sensitive area. I have a friend, I have fun scents with my Boobalicious, and some of my scents are like perky peppermints, lickable lemons, hills of honey, perfect peaches, marvelous melons. And I have a friend who was going through cancer, so I created a Boobalicious for her called Best Boobs for her radiation. And it actually took the rash away from her radiation. The doctor that she went to couldn't believe it. Now, with the Best Boobs, lavender essential oil may cause a rash, so I took the lavender oil out of the Best Boobs. So it's this tea tree for healing, and just like your arrowroot powder, cornstarch, coconut oil, shea butter. And, one thing about that always intrigued me with arrowroot powder, when I read about the ingredients, the Indians, when they used to have, the Indian fights with the bow and arrows, and they would get the wounds from the arrows, they would pick this root up and put it on their wounds, and that's how that became arrowroot powder. So it's just like I really studied every ingredient.
Arrowroot is a great ingredient. Arrowroot is great to use even for thickening ingredients rather than cornstarch even.
Yes, it is. Yes, very good to use. And I eliminated the baking soda because baking soda may cause a rash on your body. So like I said, I carefully read every ingredient before I made the formula up.
Wonderful. Well, I think it's awesome, and I just want to, again, say kudos to you just for getting started, because there's so many women I know that are on this call, and they have things that are bubbling within them, and it's just the getting started part that is so important. So you guys write your questions down, because we definitely want this to be interactive. We want you to definitely ask some questions. So even you were just talking about the product, the Boobalicious product, and here are the toothpaste that I purchased today, and the toothpaste is carrageenan free, it's sodium lauryl sulfate free, and all of these things, like the things that we put on our bodies, what we use for our teeth, what we use for our skin as well, is so important too as well. The products that we put in, they seep through our bodies, and so I think deodorant is so important because it's right there by the breath, and it clogs pores, and it can do so many things as far as seeping into the skin. So kudos on you for making a product that is natural, and you guys use the ingredients that we need to read, and like what we're putting as far as brushing our teeth and our face wash and even our lipstick, right? Even our lipstick carries different harmful ingredients. So I just want to say kudos to you for going over the product and giving us the natural history behind it.
Thank you. And then also what I'm really proud of, you say you find your purpose in life. Well, my purpose is with the Boobalicious. After I helped my children through the recovery through Boobalicious, it was like, wow, I need to help others. I need to give back. So in May, there's a facility my daughter went to in Delray, Florida, called Miracles Do Happen and Wayside. Wayside, she was an inpatient for 3 months. In May, their girls will be marketing Boobalicious, and I'm going to give them half of everything so they can bring more women in recovery and pay for their scholarship. Miracles Do Happen, I'm working with Millie in Delray, Florida, and I'm saving my own money, and she will call me and say, hey, Joni, this family can't afford it, but their daughter's ready to get the help. I will pay for 1 month's rent and travel expenses to get her there. So it's a purpose, and it's giving back, and it's not about, we all want freedom, we all want money, but it's also about giving back, because when you give and help, you receive.
Wow, that's super fantastic, Joni. And I do think that what you do, that purpose behind it is huge, right? Mm-hmm. And it really will cause you to have that mission that continues to live on. Does anybody at this point have any questions for Joni? Someone dinging in? Does anyone have any questions at this moment? Okay.
Hi.
Okay. Go ahead.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, Joni. This is Lisa Marsh. I own and operate Miss PG Free. We're a gluten-free baking business out of Bolingbrook, Illinois. So we're kind of just getting started and looking to expand into more Whole Foods, which we're currently in. Did you start in Etsy, and did you go to any retail shops? And if not, why not?
Okay, well, I started in Etsy, and I grew organically through Etsy. And the reason I did get in a few retail shops, but during the recovery of my children, I did not focus on that. But now that I am ready to brand and branch out, I will be in right now 2 different retail boutiques around Delaware where I live. So I am in the process of getting into retail. And there's an app or a website called Range Me, RANGE me.com. You can actually get your products on there, like Whole Foods, Costco, and you can fill out an application, and it's like the buyers will look, and if they want your product, they will get in touch with you, and it's free. So if you put your product on there, they will reach out to you if they want your product. And actually, I am on there now with the Boobalicious.
That is wonderful information. I've never heard of Range Me. I really appreciate that. And was it easy to then get into Etsy, on Etsy?
It was very easy to get on Etsy. I actually took all my photos, I took photos of my product. Like Marvelous Melon, I went to the grocery store and I bought melons and strawberries and coconuts, and I actually put the fruit next to my product. Like I have awesome apples. I put apples next to it. So I took my pictures, I uploaded, and I am not tech savvy. So it's so easy. Etsy is so easy. If you need help, I'll help you. But you just upload your product, you put your description in, and what you do, you look at products similar to yours on Etsy, and you kind of follow suit, not copy it, but get some ideas from other products that are on Etsy, and then you can work around that to create your store. And then price range as well. And that's what I did. I looked at all the other deodorants on Etsy. And don't get overwhelmed, because when I first went on Etsy, there was thousands of deodorants. And I was like, no one is going to buy Boobalicious. Well, I have over 4,000 units sold and over 400 reviews, and I'm a 5-star. So just concentrate on you and just do it.
Awesome.
Thank you. Awesome.
You're welcome.
Now, I have a question for you, Joni. Did you have to get your, did you get it, what is not copy, it's not, I know you have your prototype done.
Trademark?
Not trademarked, but just the whole, the ingredients. There's something, I can't think of the word right now, but it's not, I know you had to get the prototype, but did you get everything? Anybody know the word that I'm looking for? Oh,
Patent.
patent. Yes. Did you get a patent?
You know what? I did not. And the reason is, and I talked to a lawyer about this, there is so many deodorants out there that, to me, anyone, and it's like $5,000, $6,000 to get a patent, I believe. And anyone can make, there's so many deodorants out there, everyone can make deodorant. They just have to eliminate 1 or 2 ingredients. So if I patent all my ingredients, they can still make the homemade deodorant, but just eliminate some of the ingredients that I had. So to me, it was more important to get my trademark so no one can take my name.
Love it.
And it's a lot cheaper as well with your trademark.
And doing your due diligence, I think, is very important when you have a concept, right? You want to make sure that you've got that. You've done your due diligence.
And I did get my trademark on LegalZoom, and it was the cheapest one around versus a lawyer.
That one is, well, I to use as well. Does anybody have any other questions? We're gonna move.
Hey, Tandy, it's Val.
Hey, Val.
Okay, I don't have any questions, but I just got to say, Joni, you are a woman after my own heart. Let me tell you.
Thank you so much.
I absolutely love this product. I went chemical-free 4 years ago after having a battle with cancer, and one of the first things that I found out was that my deodorant was very toxic and chemical-laden. So I started making my own deodorant. So I just really appreciate that you've done this.
Thank you. I so appreciate that. Thank you so much.
And I need to know where I can order. Do you have a website or
Well,
how do I do this? Or am I just going on Etsy?
You can go on Etsy or myboobalicious.com.
Okay, thank you.
And Amazon.
Wonderful, wonderful. So can you tell us from the thought to conception about how long, again, was that process? What was that process like?
The thought, when I had the idea, I thought about it for 6 months. And I learned in hindsight, when you think of an idea and you overthink it, somebody else could have that idea out there already, or you don't do it. And you'll never know what you could accomplish with that idea. So like my husband told me, you just do it. Don't overthink it. Just go on Google, see what's out there, get the ingredients, get the bottles or whatever you're making, where you just Google vendors or wholesale. Like I Googled deodorant tubes wholesale, and I picked a vendor to get my tubes. So I just did it. And here I am 5 years later with a partner. And also, and I will spill the beans, by next Saturday, I will have a new Etsy store, new product for teenagers, deodorant for teenagers.
That is fantastic.
So that will be on Etsy probably by Saturday. I'm working on it right now.
That's wonderful. I think that's great. And you're solving, a need that people may not know that's out there, like boob sweat, like who would have thought, like that's.
It's funny, a lot of people don't talk about it because they're embarrassed by it, but boob sweat, and not everyone gets it, and you don't have to be well endowed, because I thought, literally, when I made Boobalicious for boob sweat, I thought you had to be well endowed. But then I get customers writing me saying that they went to the gym and they used to sweat so bad for their bra was soaking wet, and now their bra's dry and they're more comfortable in the gym. And the one customer said she had to keep on running back and forth to the bathroom because she couldn't believe her bra was dry. So that, I get nice letters from different customers, and it's like surreal that I can't believe I'm making my customers happy. And when they're not happy, I always work with them and to make them happy, because some products just aren't for everyone.
Right, that's true. They're not for everyone. So while you were thinking about it, and then you moved on it.
I moved on it. 6 months later, I moved on it, and within 2 weeks, but there's a lot of struggle. It's not, you have to find your target. How do you get it out there? How I started was Etsy, and I organically grew from Etsy. Oh, and it's so important to network. Network.
Yes. Okay. And can you tell us, how, for your prototype and the packaging, how did you find that? Did you research it? Did you go online? To have your packaging done so beautifully, where did you get that done?
Well, the packaging before that, and I don't have any samples, but if you can look on my Facebook, you'll see my old samples. But you can see through the years how my package has improved. So when I did the labels myself, and what I did, I Googled labels, designer labels, and I picked out kind of a format that I wanted, like a template label. And I hired a college kid who charged me $40 to do my first label, it was Boobalicious, and there was a bra in the middle of the two B's for the O's. That was my original logo. And I literally did my labels myself, and it wasn't professional looking. I actually had an investor about 4 years ago looking at my product, but he said that one of his coworkers said my packaging looked like from a dollar store. And I was hurt at first, but I'm thinking, but I'm still selling it. It might look like it looks like a dollar packaging, but I'm still selling it and I'm still getting 5-star reviews. So I just kept doing what I was doing. Now that I have an investor, he rebranded me. He redid my labels. And that's where I got today through my investor who helped me rebrand my packaging. But it's a process. It's a process. And you might change your branding a couple times before you get it right. And that's okay.
Right. Wow. And so yeah, the trial and error part, right?
The trial and error. I probably would have had my product out sooner, but I had some, road bumps along the way with my children and getting them in their recovery. But when you're focused, the most important thing to do is, get your product out there, network with this group. You're doing it already in this group. This is so important to have a mentor to get you through. And it's so important to invest in yourself. So having a group like this that Tangi does you're already starting to invest in yourself, and that's so important. And I also went to network events. I went to California. I did a Forbes Riley network event. I just invested in myself, and you can go to your local. You look on Google entrepreneur networking around your area and go to those events. Network. You help each other out.
Right. Which is important to do, right? To get out there. I've used the term being hidden, and sometimes you can go in the grocery store with a low lid, a hat, low lid, when you go in the grocery store and you're shopping and you could be in line, just about to meet someone, but you go in there, maybe you're not happy with what you're wearing or whatever. That's why I'm so big on your fashion, your style, how you present yourself, because you never know who you're going to meet. You never know that next handshake. I was just at an event with my son, my 9-year-old, and I was teaching him how to work a room. And you never know the person that you're going to meet, and you have to talk about your vision and what's inside of you, because there could very well be someone that you just been in a position, Joni, where you felt like you availed yourself, you showed up, and can you tell us a part of the process where you met someone that was able to help you along the way?
Well, the opportunity is in the show up. And I learned that at an event in California. I went to a conference. I went to Forbes Riley. I did these Zoom calls. By networking and putting myself out there, I have an investor. As of 4 months ago, he approached me and said, I believe in you. I believe in your passion. I believe in your product. He wanted to be my partner. And I didn't even think twice because I knew what he was about. I met him a couple times. He owns a social media group. He's owned a couple of restaurants. It just felt right. And I said yes. And within 3.5 months, he has a website built for me. He rebranded my packaging. He put me on Amazon. And now together we have this teenager deodorant that, you look, there's deodorants for women and men, but there's really not a lot of deodorants for teenagers. And so I said, the next thing I want to do is let's cater to the teenagers. Like the first scent's going to be Sassy Strawberry. The other, and for a teenager boy, Phoenix. So they're going to have fun scents. And I really believe that this product is really going to go big as well because it's going to be fun. And also with this product, we're going to campaign against bullying with this product. So there's always a purpose, there's always a mission with each product to help others.
Yes. Awesome. I think your mission is wonderful. I love that it is just so new because you guys, Joni has only been in business. Joni, has it been 5 years yet and you've done all this?
It's been 5 years. I was at a retail shop today, and actually they're going to sell Boobalicious there, and it's a nice boutique in Delaware. And her name is Bryn, And I'm so passionate about my product. And we were just talking. There's Joni. She goes, you really did it. I go, what do you mean? She goes, Joni, I know so many people in business, and they do it for 6 months or for a year, and they give up because they're not getting any sales. They get discouraged, and they give up, and you keep going. You get knocked down, but you get right back up and keep going. And that's the secret. Don't give up, because you are going to have your bad days, and you feel like it's not going to go anywhere. But you're going to have your good days too, and just take that ride, take that journey, because if you're passionate and you believe in it, you will be successful. And you manifest all this. I had manifest all this because I started believing in me. I started believing in the product, my mission, my passion, and my children are my motivation. So you just keep going. Don't stop. And put yourself out there. I did not like making those phone calls today. And some people aren't nice, and you have to just go with it. When they tell you no, you get hurt for a second, but you pick up that phone, you call the nice boutique. I called 10, I already have one asking me I can bring my product in their stores. So, I mean, it really works. Just those no's are okay, because you will get your yes.
Yes, absolutely. So you all, I know this is a little, it's a little different when you think about, the health and wellness and everything that we're doing right now with this journey, but it fits so in such a beautiful way because you all, it's all about our purpose. And I want you guys to really think about some things this week because this is Vision of Vitality Week. So I'm not sure if you looked at the website yet, but it's all about looking at the vision before you. And we're going to be doing Vision of Vitality collages, or you know them as vision boards. Vision boards are great, but I often will say, what's that action between to get that vision to become a manifestation? So we're going to be working on the action, but on next Monday, we are going to share our Vision of Vitality collages right here in the Circle of Vitality. So we're going to be on next Monday at 8 p.m. So this week, you guys, you really get to dig deep and think about those talents. Think about what it is as far as being purposeful that it is for you to do. Not just that, but what do you desire? What are some things that's before you that you haven't tapped into yet? So I wanted to just bring that into perspective as you guys are hearing Joni speak. Let it stir you guys. Here is a single mother who had some challenges with her children. Her children, Joni, you were talking about it. Your son, had your daughter had mental health issues, right? And you said your son too as well.
Yes.
Some addictions. There are alcohol addictions, and through that, you did not allow that to paralyze you, but it propelled you. So tell us that process, like when you were your lowest point, how did that propel you?
Well, I'll tell you what, one of my lowest points, and I don't share this with everyone because I keep my children's privacy, in the story. But there's a lot of low points I had between my daughter and my son, not knowing if my daughter was going to live, not knowing if my son was going to live. But I think my lowest point was when my son went into a telephone pole and it literally just missed his head by inches. And he lives 5.5 hours away, and he called me to tell me he didn't want to live anymore. And at that particular time doing Boobalicious, I was in Allure Beauty online. I had over 200 orders. And I packed all my supplies up in my car, drove to the mountains 5.5 hours, stayed at my son's apartment. He was in the crisis center, made my Boobalicious in his apartment, cried a lot, went to his crisis center, and I did not like where my ex-husband at the time, well, he still is actually, well, my ex-husband, his insurance, I didn't like where the rehab my son went, so I was on the phone for 2 days trying to find him a better rehab because of the insurance. So for 2 days, I was on that phone, had to pick him up an hour away, drove 3 hours to a new rehab, but I got all those 200 orders out. I don't even know how I did it, but in the back of my mind, I knew I was there for my son, and I didn't think I could go on, but I also know I kept on saying to myself, I have come so far with this product, I cannot let this go. I come too far to quit. And I think I said that in my mind as I was making all those orders, but I did it. And then my son got the help he needed as well. So there was a lot of low points, and that one just sticks out. But there was a lot of low points, and
did you ever see this, Joni, in a vision, or that visualizing it? I know you said you had the thought about it, but has it ever been in you to be an entrepreneur or create something?
you know, in hindsight, no, I never. You know what? I should not say no, because when I was working at that boutique, I wanted to have my own business. I wanted to own that store. So in hindsight, yes, I said I want, and I also wanted to be my own boss because the boss I had did not treat her employees with respect. And I said I need to own my own business, and I need to treat all my employees with respect. And that was always in my mind. And also, in my mind, for some reason, I always had once I thought about the idea, it never left my mind. I manifest this. I'm already calling manufacturing facilities because when I do need 10,000 units, I'm ready. So I'm already manifesting that. I'm envisioning this product being all over the United States where I need a manufacturer. So I already have one that I picked out that I have to send a sample to. So I'm going with my vision. I'm going forward. Do I need 10,000 units? No, but I know I will. So I manifested meeting Damon John. I met him twice. So
you guys, Damon John, he is with Shark Tank,
yes,
which is great, and you saw that. And oh my goodness, and that whole, you have to visualize it first. It's
yes.
a mindset thing, just like this whole, the challenge. You got to already see the transformation. You've got to already see yourself more vivacious and strong. And what we visualize, I often say what we think about, which we're already thanking God in advance for, and that's what we bring about. We think about, we bring about, right? So
yes.
You create by the manifestation, by visualizing. I love it.
Well, Shark Tank called me, and they did not pick me, but Shark Tank called me, and Damon John was on my mind for 4 years, because I was going to pick him as a partner, and I still think he will be my partner someday because I manifested. And I went to Atlantic City with my girlfriend, and I saw Damon John was going to be at the pool, this club, and I said to my girlfriend, I don't know how this is happening, but this is the guy I've been wanting to meet for 3 years now. I'm going to this club. I went to that club. I asked the guard to help me. I need to meet him. And he goes, I can't do that. Well, guess what? An hour later, he found me. He goes, Damon John's in the hallway. Go now. And I ran out, and I went, I am Boobalicious. I'm Boobalicious. And he said, I know. I saw you on Instagram that you were going to be here. He took his picture with me. He was so nice. Then I went to the 10X conference, not thinking I would get to see him again. There was a line of people waiting to get their picture with him. I couldn't wait in that line. I was walking. I walked up to where they were taking the pictures. I was neck and neck with him. And I know he saw me, and I gave his friend a Boobalicious, and I know he saw my Boobalicious because it was his friend in the circle. And I walked out because I didn't think I didn't want him to think I was stalking him. So I manifest that. I got my product in Sarah Blakey, who invented Spank, in her assistant's hand. And
really?
I did.
Now, I love her story because I think she only did it with $5,000, right? She created Spanx, and that was the $1 billion company, I think.
It's a $1 billion company, and she did it from her apartment. Her speech was unbelievable, and she owns 90% of her company. There's an investor that has 10%. I met her assistant, gave her a Boobalicious because she said I was talking about Boobalicious, didn't even know it was her assistant, and said, I have the boob sweat, I need that. I said, I'll bring you one tomorrow. And I gave her one. So I manifest that.
Yes.
So, and I will meet Damon John again. I just know I will, and I can't explain it, but you manifest that. I already met him twice, and now 35,000 people, I got to get my product in their hands.
Right. Oh, I think that's amazing. You know what? There's a certain energy about it because, you talked about Forbes Riley, right? Well, I was at an event with Forbes, and how I connected with Forbes she came in, and here were thousands of people. I mean, there were like a lot, or I would say it was a lot of people. I don't really know exactly how many, but she passed by me. And when she passed by me, she turned and she gave me a hug, right? And here she's coming with her microphone. She likes to come out with music, right? The music's blasting. And after the event, I went and I had to just meet her. And she looked at me. She said, I felt your energy when I walked in the room. And with everybody in that building, I was connected to you. And so what she did was she said, I want you to come to my hotel tomorrow. I want to chat with you. I want to know more about what it is that you do, because I can tell that it's something great and whatever. So I met her at her hotel that next day, and what God would have it, where I went to an event and I served with her at the TEDx conference, right? With Cardone and all of them, and so many amazing speakers were there. But it is the energy that we possess. We attract that to us, and when we put it out there and we automatically see ourselves connected to someone, or we already see ourselves in that position, it attracts to us. So.
Yes, I so believe in that. It's so true.
Yes, absolutely. And I want some conversation, you guys. You're out there. You're a little pretty quiet there in the circle. We're hearing Joni again. Boobalicious. You guys, is the name just amazing? Boobalicious is the cutest name, like Ev. I love it. It's such a classy package. It's done in excellence, Joni. And so just for you to share that, like just that alone, the packaging that we see is just absolutely awesome. Any comments, anything that you would like to share? Does anybody have something that they feel that's in their spirit to do? They haven't stepped out on it. Anything? Would someone please take the floor? We want to hear from you. Don't be shy. No comments? No questions? Okay, Joni, I think it's a little quiet out there.
This is where you have to put yourself out there. And this is what I would do, too, on the Zoom calls. I always stayed quiet. And I learned you really need to put yourself out there.
Yes, you do.
This is Tasha Brown.
Hi, Tasha.
Hi,
Tasha. Hey. I'm looking forward to starting my own business. My ultimate goal, I want to own my own gym. But God has given me so many different ideas, and this has encouraged me to even look at those other ideas that God has placed in me to maybe possibly go forth and start, small and get my some other ideas out there, and it's just really encouraging.
And that's great. I'm glad you said that, because I will, and not that I know it all, but I just from learning, being an entrepreneur, a couple ideas, you pick the one you're most passionate about, because when you're multitasking different ideas, you need to focus on one. And then when that one brand or product or service, whatever it is, gets out to millions, then you can start the next idea. But I would only pick the one idea that you have the most passion about. And I was on a phone call with a fellow who reached out to me in social media. And he had a couple ideas of products he wanted to do. And I said, you got to pick one. You have to focus on one product, because if you focus on two, you need to put your energy in the one you have the passion about. So he ended up picking out dog treats with the ingredients. And I said, and we were talking about how many dog treats are out there. And I said, what would be different about your dog treat versus the others? And he said, well, my dog, I'm passionate about it. My dog passed away, and he had arthritis really bad, or she. And he said, I used to make this recipe to give to her to help with the inflammation. I said, well, there's your niche. Cater to older dogs with arthritis with a treat, and put it on Etsy. So he's supposed to get back to me with the ingredients and vendors. I'm holding him accountable, because when you have different ideas, I would sit down and write all the pros and cons and which one you're passionate about and which one has a purpose, and I would go with that one and just do it.
Wow, that's great. That's good. And you have to know that there's nothing new under the sun, right? And you can't compare yourself with what someone else has done. And it's just your twist on it. And I did this little exercise before where I had little scarves, and I gave the scarves to maybe however many people that were in every place, the little group that I had. I wanted to see how everybody was going to rock the scarf. So I had everybody go behind the stage. And some people had it around their neck, someone had it around their head, someone had it around their waist. It was so creative to see how everybody rocked their scarf. So everybody's going to rock their purpose the way that they were intended to. So there may be many people out there that have something similar to what you have, but no one's going to rock it like you.
Exactly. And that's exactly it. You're going to do it your way, and you can't worry about what everyone else is doing, the competition, because you need to worry about you. Don't look behind you. Just look forward.
Yes, absolutely. Looking forward is so key and so important. So I'm looking now just to see. I know there are people who will give me little comments. So I know they are enjoying what you have to say, Joni. And I want you all out there to just look at this as even something, hopefully, to spark something that you don't know that you may have inside of you. You never really looked at something that it is for you to do. And I know there are some people that I've asked before, they're like, well, I'm not quite sure my purpose or what it is for me to do right now, or maybe you've been working at a job that you're not exactly passionate or excited about. So hopefully this will really serve you to begin to think about those new formed passions and things like that. So Joni, tell us again about this product and where can we find it? Again, guys, I know for myself, I'm like, is it for well-endowed women? I was also saying, even when you're working out, everybody, how you kind of sweat through your sports bra and all of that, and it also has a good scent. And so, girls, it's great to smell good, and especially after the gym and all of that. So can you tell us where, again, we can find this product?
You can get it on my website, myboobalicious.com. You can get it on Amazon or Etsy. And I do have another product that I created. It's called the Chub Rub Stick, and it's for big, beautiful women where skin meets skin. And the reason I came out with that, my Aunt Jackie was a big, beautiful woman, and she would use Boobalicious for her stomach, and she would get like a bad rash in there, and she said, Joni, I'm using Boobalicious for my stomach. And I said, Aunt Jackie, I'm creating the Chub Rub Stick for big, beautiful women. And I did that as well.
I absolutely love that. So now she has that other product. So she came out with that one, and now she has that other product as well.
And then I came out with an all-natural powder for men. I figured there could be angry birds. Why can't there be angry balls? So there's an all-natural powder for men.
That is darling, angry balls. Oh, my gosh. And so you guys, Joni, she definitely is talking about something that's very important, like I said, with what we put on our bodies, the deodorant. So look at your deodorants, guys. Secret, you want to stay away from the secret deodorants, and a lot of those out there that have the aluminum in them. Again, you want to look at a more natural deodorant, a more natural toothpaste, and even the lotions that we put on, guys. I think Bath and Body Works, beautiful, like packaging. I love the fragrances, but again, those things are seeping into our skin. So, I love to put on coconut oil on my skin and almond oil and avocado oil that you can get that's packaged, but I like to get like a jar of coconut oil and massage those things into your skin. You want to stay away from things like Vaseline. It has mineral oil that clogs your pores and things like that. Moisturizing your lips, putting coconut oil on your lips. Again, natural deodorants like Boobalicious. And also, Joni, can you tell us, like, this natural deodorant, even if you're not experiencing boob sweat, this is like an actual deodorant, right? Does it help if you're working out to stop odor?
It does. And you know what? Because I don't like to, you know, I'm so honest. Like, it's not for everyone. It doesn't work for everyone, but for the majority of my customers, it does work. You don't want to clog all your pores because we need to sweat a little. So it's going to prevent half the sweat. Majority of my customers, it helps a lot, and some it doesn't. So it depends on the different of your chemical of your body. And you also have to detox for at least 2 weeks, I believe it is, when you're wearing new deodorant, all natural, because you're cleansing your body out of all the toxins. So it takes about 2 weeks.
Can I tell you, that happened to me, actually. When I went to natural deodorant, I got like it was a little tender, swollen underneath my armpit. But then I was like, wow. And I kind of thought about that myself. I think I'm like detoxing here. You know what I mean? I think that's why the gland was a little impacted. And that was a while back.
Exactly. You're detoxing all those chemicals and toxin out of your body. So it takes about 2 weeks. And then the deodorant actually works better after the 2 weeks. I mean, for most of my customers, it works right away. So like I said, I mean, I would like to say 100% it's going to work, but I'm not a doctor or anything, and I don't guarantee anything because I don't want to disappoint any of my customers, and I just want to be honest.
Right. Okay, guys. Again, so great to have Joni here with us, Boobalicious. And so what I would just challenge everyone to do, let's support Joni. Let's order a tube of her Boobalicious deodorant. Again, it's natural deodorant, free of the parabens and the aluminum and sulfate, things that we want to stay away from. And not just that, I want you guys to also dig deep within yourself to see what it is that's been laying dormant. And so this week, I would like everybody to envision a vitality collage. It could be a poster board size. It could be whatever size that you want it. But we will share. Everyone will take about 5 minutes or so to share in this Circle of Vitality next week. Does anybody have any other questions or comments before we release you this evening?
This is Val. Paul.
Hi, Val.
I just want to congratulate you, Joni, on your success. And just, thank you for being such a great example for all of us. I have a lot of stuff brewing. I'm one of those ones stirring. I got a lot of handles in the pot. So, thank you for your time. It's great to hear about your success. And
thank you so much. Thank you. That means so much to me.
And Val, can you share with us, what's been holding you back, or have you been working on the things that you have in your heart to do?
Well, the main thing was probably the confidence of really just knowing that I am clearly hearing from God, and that it's not me wanting to do it, but I think that I've worked that part of it out, and I'm really I'm ready. I'm ready to move forward with the things that I feel like God's put into my heart and in my life for me to do. So I just need to, to line it all up and make it happen. But I'm at that point. I'm revving the engine.
Wonderful. Woo! That's exciting. It's exciting, isn't it, everyone? It's really true.
I will add this, and if anyone orders, just please put a note that you came from the Circle, and I will give you a Chub Rub stick for free with any purchase.
Oh, wow.
Hey, Joni. Hi. Hey, Joni.
Yes.
Can I say something? Hi, this is Janelle. I just want to say thank you so much for just your encouragement tonight. And I'm so proud of you, and just your tenacity, and just keep moving forward with everything that's been going on with your family. And I pray that just all the very best for you. And I definitely want to order, but I wanted to ask, favorite is citrus. I'm a citrus girl. Do you have any anything that's citrusy?
Ooh. The only thing I would suggest,
like any deodorant that's citrusy deodorant at all? You recommend?
I really do, but if you like the fruity smell.
Yeah?
I would go with, if you like a fruity smell, I would recommend Marvelous Melons.
Ooh, we all have Marvin smell it, don't we? No?
And I would order from my Etsy store then, and then this way you can leave a note because all the scents aren't on my website. So I would just go to Etsy, ETSY.com and search Boobalicious and order the Marvelous Melon and just say who you are and you're from Tangi's group, and I will.
Okay, great. Well, I'm more of a lemon girl. Do you have anything like a lemon? Not to be like I'm more lemon, like more.
Oh, I have lickable lemons.
Ooh,
Cool.
And that's actually that crazy coconuts and lickable lemons are my top sellers.
Oh, awesome. Okay, great.
Yes, thank you. And just leave a note, and I'll throw a choke up stick in for everyone.
I love it. I love the name. Isn't it cute just to have that sitting, with it sitting on the counter? It's such a cute conversation piece. I don't know who's coming because I don't even know. That's super, super cute. And yeah, maybe we can send a picture or something.
If anyone here they are. This is, I don't know if anyone can see, but this is lickable lemons right here.
Oh.
If anyone can see it. Can you see that? Yeah. That's lickable lemons. And it comes in a 2 ounce, and it lasts, if you just use it for the breast area, it lasts like almost 2 months.
And what are all of the flavors that you have, or the?
On Etsy, I have Awesome Apples, Best Boobs. I also have one for nursing mothers or pregnant mothers. There's no essential oils in it whatsoever. It's all natural, and it's called Boobaful Babies. And Boobaful Babies. And then I have one, Glitzy Glitters. It's like a love spell imitation from Victoria's Secret, and it actually has glitter in it, Glitzy Glitters. So a lot of it's just a fun product because I like to have fun with it, and it's a fun product that gives back.
Oh.
Wow. Anyone else? Well, thank you so much, Joni, for your time. Thank you, everyone, for being here in the circle today, bringing your energy and just openness to learn and to be poured into. So thank you, guys. And we will definitely blast you out, Joni, you and your product, to some of the ladies. Not everyone can join on a Monday night, so this is a replay. So people like to join after the fact, too. So we'll definitely have others that will be joining after today, okay? So thank you, guys. Have a wonderful, vivacious week. And remember, this is the Vision of Vitality Week. Please check the new information on the website. And let's have our Vision of Vitality collages due by next Monday. Meet me here in the circle next Monday at 8 p.m. where we'll all share together our vision. I look forward to seeing you there. Have a great week. Thank you, Joni. Bye-bye.
All right. Thank you. Good night, everyone.
Thank you, Joni. Good night.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.